Hey, good evening, everyone. I love you guys. Welcome to Mary Poppins. My name's Dev. Most of you probably know me. I am the student director of Mary Poppins. This is the best school in the Woodbridge Township. I mean, in the state of New Jersey. All right, I just have two quick things for you. Just please make sure you silence your cell phones, or even better, just turn them off completely, because our show is great. Enjoy the show. Let's do this.
Winds in the east, there's a mist coming in, like something is brewing and about to begin. Can't put me finger on what lies in store, but I feel what's to happen, all happened before. A father, a mother, a daughter, a son. The threads of their lives are all raveling undone. Something is needed to twist them as tight. String you might use when you're flying a kite. Chim chimney, chim chim, chiree chim charoo.
Hurry up, Jane, let's run! Come back here, you little blighters! You've got to do your lesson! I can't do my lessons if I'm flying a kite.
And you can't make us your only on nanny.
Oi, not you two again. Come along home. Oi, you gotta come here.
Good morning, Bert.
Morning, Mrs. Locke. And how's little Wilby today?
Oh, very well, thank you, Bert. Willoughby!
By Jove, is that the beauteous Miss Lark I spy up on the horizon?
Oh, Admiral. Willoughby.
Morning, Admiral. How's it looking?
Dark clouds gathering over number 17. Storm warnings overdue.
Of all London's byways where I'd off my cap, this one's the hardest to find on a map. Cherry Tree Lane, as sweet as a song, but the nannies who come in, they don't stay for long. Chim chimney, chim chim, chiree chim charoo.
Katie Nana? Katie Nana? Those little beasts have run away from me for the last time.
And who gets stuck with the children with no nanny in the house? Me! That's who!
Well, I've said my say, Mrs. Brill, and that's all I'll say. I'm done with this house forever.
Well, good riddance then. And mind you don't stumble on your way out.
Katie Nana, where are you going? Katie Nana!
Katie Nana's gone, and is it any wonder? Driven off, demented by your children's pranks.
Do you really think I made another blunder? What on earth am I to say to Mr. Banks? George, dear, I'm feeling so bereft, dear. Another nanny's left, dear. Every nanny goes, we're unlucky, I suppose.
We are never going to find a perfect nanny.
Nonsense! Precision and order, that's all that I ask. The running of a household, a straightforward task. The children, the servants, all your domain, whilst I remain the sovereign of Cherry Tree Lane. Coach? The simple truth is you've engaged 6 nannies in the past 4 months, and they've all been unqualified disasters. A nanny should govern, a nanny should rule. A nanny is a paragon who suffers no fool. A nanny's a stalwart our children would gain by having such a nanny on Cherry Tree Lane.
Of course, George,
so
but...
take control of situations. Show your authority when interviewing staff. You know your role, they know their stations. Efficiency and forethought cut the jobs in half. Briefcase!
I thought Katie Nana would be firm with the children. She always seems so cross.
Winifred, never confuse efficiency with a liver complaint. Umbrella?
If only we can find someone like your old nanny.
I'm afraid that's not realistic, my dear. Few women alive could manage Miss Andrews' standards of efficiency. Besides, we could never afford someone of her caliber.
Precision and order, he wants nothing less. It's like an army barracks.
Yes, and we're in the mess.
No wonder the nannies are driven insane. We're living in a madhouse in Cherry Tree Lane.
Now, Winifred, if you do want to please
Oh,
me...
you know I do, George.
Very well. Then place an advertisement in the Times stating that Jane and Michael Banks require the best possible nanny at the lowest possible wage.
We better give them ours before they make another mistake.
I would stress that...
Father,
What's that you're holding, dear?
we've written our own advertisement.
What?
Oh, George, I think we should hear it.
Now, Winifred, none of your
But it
theatrics.
wouldn't hurt to listen.
Wanted a nanny for 2 adorable children.
Adorable. That's debatable, I must say.
If you want this choice posed, have a cheery disposition, rosy cheeks, no warts.
That's the part I put in.
Play games, all sorts. You must be kind, you must be witty, very sweet and fairly pretty.
Well, of all the ridiculous...
George, please.
Take us on outings, give us treats.
Sing songs, bring sweets. Never be cross or cruel. Never feed us castor oil or gruel.
Love us as a son and daughter,
And never smell of barley water. I put that bit in too.
if you won't scold and dominate us, we will never give you cause to hate us. We won't hide your spectacles so you can't see.
But toads in your bed, or pepper in your tea.
Hurry, nanny, many thanks, sincerely, Jane
And Michael.
Thanks.
That's quite enough Tommy rot for one day. Give me that. Now, would you go upstairs and let me get to work?
They were only trying to help.
It won't help anyone to make me late. Now, where's my hat?
George, dear.
Hat?
Ha!
I thought you put it down here. I'm sure a bowler hat can't simply disappear.
You think I'll find a nanny who
There it is.
doesn't run away?
He's brushed it with boot polish. Precision and order, that's all that I ask. The running of a household, a straightforward task. The children, the servants, are all your domain. Whilst I remain the sovereign, mind you use the day well.
You remain the sovereign.
I shall return at 6 o'clock sharp.
He remains the sovereign
Of cherry tree
Good morning.
Yes?
I've come in to answer the advertisement.
What advertisement? We haven't placed any advertisement, not yet.
George and Winfred Banks live here, do they not?
Mr. and Mrs. Banks live here, yes.
And you are looking for a nanny?
Well, I suppose.
Very well then. Now, let's see. Play games, all sorts, which I most certainly can. Take us on outings, give us treats.
Michael, that advertisement.
Rosy cheeks and fairly pretty. There's no objection on that score, I hope.
Oh, none at all. But take it up with Mrs. Banks. She manages all that side of things. Nothing domestic has anything to do with me. And don't forget the references.
I make it a rule to never give references.
But I thought it was usual.
A very old-fashioned idea in my mind. The best people never require them now.
I see. You'll have every third Thursday off from 5 until 9.
The best people give every second Wednesday from 6 till 8, ma'am, and that is what I shall take.
I see. So it's settled then?
As long as I am satisfied. I'll see the children now, thank you.
Of course. You'll find they're very nice children. Now, this is...
Mary Poppins. Jane, don't stare. And Michael, close your mouth. We are not a codfish. Best foot forward, spits what?
Mrs. Brill, we have a new nanny.
She passed her interview then.
Or I did.
Very tidy, I must say. Tidier than I was expecting. And who's responsible for that?
Mrs. Brill.
Me. I am. I like to keep things neat.
I look forward to making use of that. If there's one thing I appreciate, it's a child's word whom I can depend on. Now, who's he when he's at home?
That's Valentine. He's mine.
From the look on his face, I'm not sure he'd agree with you.
He's just a doll and I don't want to play with him now.
Treat him like that and he might not want to play with you either. Now, I always say the best place for a hat is on a hat stand.
But there's nothing in it.
We better keep an eye on this one. She's tricky.
Mary Poppins, how could you have known what we wanted in a nanny when we made our list?
Your list? I am not an item in a weekly shop, thank you very much.
How did you come then? It was as if the wind just blew you here.
It did. Now stand over there. Just as I thought, A noisy, mischievous, troublesome little boy.
You're making that up. A noisy, mischievous, troublesome.
Now you. Thoughtless, short-tempered, and untidy.
I don't believe you. Let me.
By the time the wind has blown the weather vane around, I'll show you if I can. No matter what the circumstance, for one thing I'm renowned. My character is spit, spot, spick, and span.
What about your measurement, Mary Poppins?
I'm practically perfect in every way.
Practically perfect.
So people say, each virtue virtually knows no bound. Each trait is great and patently sound. I'm practically perfect from head to toe. If I had a fault, it would never dare to show. I'm so practically perfect in every way. Both prim and proper and never too stern. Well educated yet willing to learn. I'm clean and honest, my manner refined, and I wear shoes of the sensible kind. I suffer no nonsense, and whilst I remain, there's nothing else I feel I need explain. I'm practically perfect in every way. Practically perfect, that's my forte. Uncanny nannies are hard to find. Unique yet meek, unspeakably kind. I'm practically perfect, not slightly soiled. Running like an engine that's just been freshly oiled. I'm so practically perfect in every way. Well, those are my credentials. Perhaps you have a few questions.
Not temperamental,
Never.
not grouchy or gruff.
The very thought.
Will you say tender when the going gets tough?
Quite the contrary.
Do you read stories without a big fuss?
Or make objections to playing with us?
Oh, I like games, but I choose them.
That's not fair.
Some minor improvements may not go amiss, but at all times you must remember this.
You're practically perfect in every way.
I guarantee
Practically perfect. We hope you'll stay.
each virtue virtually knows no bound. Each trait is great
And patently sound.
patently sound. Spit spot. Jane, toy box, please. I'll take my telescope, thank you.
But it's not fair.
I didn't say I was fair. I said I was practically perfect, and here's my aim. By the time I leave here, you both will be the same. You'll be practically perfect.
Practically perfect.
You will be
Practically perfect in every way.
Come along.
Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim chiroo. I does what I likes, and I likes what I do. Today I'm a screever, and as you can see, a screever's an artist of highest degree. And it's all me own work, from me own memory.
Oh, lummy, not these again.
My Mr. Barkeeper just made me pictures like it always is. There's no harm in them.
I'll be the judge of that. This is my park, and I say you're interfering with a public regulation. And I want to remove this. That is, just watch it, okay? Just you watch it.
Stay right where you are. I'd know that silhouette anywhere. Mary Poppins.
Nice to see you, Bert.
I must say, you do look swell.
He knows you? He can't know you. You've only just arrived.
I wasn't born 1 minute before I walked into your house, Michael Banks. Have you met these two, Bert?
I've seen them running about, chasing a kite.
Isn't a real kite.
Yeah, so what you up to?
Mary Poppins says it's a game. It's called A Walk in the Park.
Some game. I'd rather eat spinach.
Come on, Bert, you're due for a break. And you promised you'd take me out the next time we met. Or have you forgotten?
Of course I ain't, Mary. It's just...
Oh dear. Is that all you've got? Never mind then, my treat. And no one's charging for the trees in the sky now, are they?
Mary Poppins, is he really coming with us?
And why shouldn't he?
Well, to start with, he's very dirty.
What's that?
You can't come with us. You're too dirty. Besides, we don't want to go to the stinky park anyway.
Oh, yes, you do. When you go walking with Mary Poppins, you go places you've never dreamed of. And when she says it's a game, she's got something in mind. You can be certain of that.
That's a picture of the park, isn't it?
That's not the park. Not our park anyway. The trees are a much different green and the sky is quite a different blue.
I think you'll find it's just the way I've drawn it. All that it takes is a spark. And then something as plain as a park becomes a wonderland. All you have to do is look anew, then you'll understand why it's a jolly old day with Mary. Mary makes your heart so light.
Oh, really?
When the day is grey and ordinary, Mary makes the sun shine bright.
Talk nonsense.
Oh, happiness is blooming all around her. The daffodils are smiling at the top. When Mary holds your hand, you feel so grand. Your heart starts beating like a big brass band.
You've enough brass for all of us.
Oh, it's a jolly old day with Mary. No wonder that it's Mary that we love. Come on, you two.
Boring, just like other nannies thinking parks are good for us. It's just statues, ducks and grannies. I don't understand all the fuss. Is she doing this to spite us? We could lose her for a lark. Perhaps it's all a plot. I'll tell you what, she seems so different, but I bet she's not. There is nothing to excite us in the dark. What was that?
You're quite wrong, you know.
Who are you?
I'm Nelius, surely you know that. You sat beneath me often enough. I'd wait half a century to take a walk on a sunny day like this. Thank you.
I need a glorious day, broad as the morning in May.
I feel like... Why?
Have you ever seen the grass so green?
Or a bluer sky.
Oh, it's a jolly old day with Mary. Better days I've never known.
You can ask the passing statuary.
Nothing's ever set in stone.
Morning, Mary.
Morning, Constable.
You do look tip-top, if I might say so, Mary.
Thank you, Bert, and you may.
Each man out with his dog will stand agog to see a statue take a gentle jog. Oh, it's a jolly holiday with Mary. No wonder that it's Mary that we love.
It's a jolly holiday with you, Bert. Gentlemen like you are few. Though you're just a diamond in the rough, underneath your blood is blue. You never think of pressing your advantage. Forbearance is the hallmark of your creed. A lady needn't fear when you are near. Your sweet gentility is crystal clear.
It's crystal clear.
Oh, it's a jolly holiday with you, Bert. A jolly, jolly holiday with you.
Let's go for a jaunty saunter. We are bound to make a mark. Looks like all of us would want to take a promenade in the park. To make a mark. Looks like all of us would want to take a promenade in the park. With our witches or features, we can look down from above. When Mary holds your hand, you feel so grand. Your heart starts beating like a big rock band. It's no wonder that it's Mary that we love. No wonder that it's Mary that we love.
Jane, did that really happen?
Yes. But how?
Of course.
How do you know Mary Poppins?
She's an old friend of my father.
But you're a statue. You can't have a father.
Well, if that's true, why do I miss him so much?
Isn't he one of the other statues?
No, he lives far away from here.
Do you really miss him?
Wouldn't you miss your father if you hardly ever saw him?
I'd have to think about that.
That's it. That's it. That's what it was.
What was?
What?
This plinder's half empty. The statue's gone.
Do you mean you've lost your marbles?
This is your fault, ain't it? I knew we should have trouble when you first arrived, and now we've got a statue missing. What? Oh, lummy!
Will you play with us again?
Of course I will. I'm not going anywhere.
And we'll see you soon. Good night, Julius.
Bye, Julius.
Goodbye.
Mary Poppins. Julius must be so lonely. Could his father ever come to stay with us?
Anything can happen if you let it.
How long will you stay, Mary Poppins?
I'll stay until the wind changes. Jane and Michael want to say goodnight.
Tell them you've given me the message.
George, please.
Father, we've had the most fantastic day. We sang with the busker, danced with the statue, we even met Queen Victoria. You would have never approved, but
If you know that, then why did you do it?
Daddy, can I have a real kite? A proper one?
Could you fly it?
Well, you could always teach me.
When would I have the time to do that?
Daddy, who is Nelius's father?
Would you please let me get on? Good night.
Oh, Michael. All he cares about is flying kites. And his beloved astronomy, of course.
I used to love astronomy at his age, but my nanny, Miss Andrews, soon beat it out of me.
I suppose we do need a nanny, George. It is out of the question to do without one.
Don't be absurd. Of course we need a nanny. All the best people have nannies, so the wives can do charity work and entertain. Which reminds me, how's your tea party coming on?
I'm not sure. It seems so odd to hand out invitations to people I hardly know.
But they're people you should know. Remember, by your friend shall you be judged.
But that's the point. They're not my friends. Actually, I heard today from Clemmy Bunting. She's rehearsing a new play at the moment, and I thought I might ask her...
How many times must I tell you? I wish you to sever all connections with that part of your life.
George, I was an actress. Lots of people might find that interesting. Though you always talk as if I should be ashamed of it.
Well, it's not exactly something to be proud of. Winifred, dearest, I only want the best for you. I want people to admire you, to respect you.
I know, George, but sometimes it's hard.
It is not hard. It's your job to be Mrs. Banks.
And what is your job?
To pay for everything. Oh, what is it?
I was only going to kiss you.
Oh, all right. Are you going to say something to Mary Poppins about this afternoon?
I don't think so.
Very well, just make sure she's doing things our way and not hers. What good are rules if you can bend them? We need a nanny who is disciplined and stern. With boys and girls, you don't befriend them. I fear that Mary Poppins has a lot to learn.
Being Mrs. Banks should be an easy role, and yet it's one which I don't seem too good at. On the whole, I have a comfy home, I have a simple life, have a name which tells the world I'm someone else's wife. Being Mrs. Banks, what does that entail? Facing tests of character, I always seem to fail. And as for his best people, I'd like to say no thanks. They're not exactly my idea of being Mrs. Banks.
I still feel as if I'm dreaming
So much
more than just one day. When Mary holds your hand, you feel so grand. Your heart starts beating like a big brass band. I'm sure Nelius is beaming.
let's hope she will stay.
Good night, Nelius.
Let's hope
She will
Be
stay.
sunshine and order.
Winds do change, tides can turn, sink or swim, see what you learn. Me, I was told when I was small, just to learn a trade, so I learned them all. Chim chimney, chim chim, chiree chim.
Good morning, Bert. Swabbing the decks today, I see.
Oh, gotta keep the street shipshape, Admiral.
Tell me, how are things aboard number 17? All plain sailing with Mary Poppins, I trust.
There's a bit of rough weather in every voyage, Admiral.
Ah, Miss Locke, what those kids need is the touch of the cats in the night on the yacht arm.
What those children need, Admiral, is a touch of happiness. Willoughby?
sandwiches too early. They'll get stale before the guests arrive.
Everything is under control, ma'am.
And the cake?
Cooling on the tray, waiting to be iced.
And you're quite sure you know how to do the icing?
Quite sure. And in case you're worried, I have not been exchanged by the fairies for a total nincompoop.
No. I'm going to check the drawing room.
I'd like to be helpful.
And I'd like to be rich, but the good Lord thought otherwise.
Mother wants you in the drawing room.
Well, she can't have me. I've got enough on my plate as it is.
She says you can tell Roberts and I what to do.
Does she indeed? Well, why don't I go and have a smoke by the gasworks for good measure?
Please, Mrs. Brill, I don't mind. Honest.
All right, I'll give you one task and one task only. And so help me, if you get this wrong, I'll swing for you and sing as they pull the lever.
What is it, Mrs. Brill?
Put the icing tools next to the cake, and I'll need a bowl of hot water to warm them. I'll make the icing as soon as I'm back.
Icing tools, cake, hot water. I'll make the icing as soon as I'm back.
Do you think you can handle that?
Is that all?
For you? Yes. For me? No. Once I've finished with the cake, add the sandwiches next because Madam wants them fresh. So I can't start them until there's not enough time to finish them. I swear, a slave in ancient Rome was on a pleasure cruise compared to my life in this house.
Well, don't just stand there, Roberts and I.
Right, no.
What are you looking for?
A bowl for the water.
Michael, why don't we make the icing?
Because we don't know how.
Don't be so feeble and get me the eggs. If Miss Brill can do it, it can't be that hard.
Are there eggs in icing?
There are in mine.
I don't think Mrs. Brill will thank you.
Then she'll be guilty of great ingratitude.
Is it supposed to look like this?
It doesn't look like that when Mrs. Brill does it.
Don't be impertinent and bring me the cake!
Honestly, Miss Jane, I was only trying to be helpful. If you would... Yow!
Yeah! Mrs. Brill, go up and... What have you done? Roberts and I! Should I call a doctor?
I don't think that will be necessary, ma'am.
How can you two be so unkind when you know how important my party is? You two deserve some very nasty medicine. Just you wait till bedtime.
I don't think we shall wait until then, ma'am. Why not go up and get changed? We'll clear up, won't we?
But we're not ill. I won't take it and you can't make me.
In that, as in so many things, your information is faulty. Open?
But it's strawberry ice.
Now you.
I'm not sure I like strawberry ice.
I'm not sure I care. Open?
Lime cordial.
Now, we must get started. Michael, I know you like to keep things neat. Jane?
I told you she was tricky.
Must we? Can't Roberts and I do it when he wakes up? He is a servant.
With that attitude, you'll get through a lot of stuff before you're very old. Besides, in every job that must be done, there is an element of fun. You find the fun and snap, the job's a game. And every task you undertake becomes a piece of cake, a lark, a spree. It's very clear to see that a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down, the medicine go down, medicine go down. Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down in a most delightful way. Oh, my point exactly. The honeybees that fetch the nectar from the flower to the comb never tire of ever buzzing to and fro, because they take a little nip from every flower that they sip, and hence they find the task is not a grind. For a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down, the medicine go down, medicine go down. Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down in a most delightful way. Spit spot. Is this how you usually do it, Michael? Rum punch, my favorite.
Mary Poppins, you're a miracle worker. However did you get them to do it?
Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down.
The medicine.
Go down, medicine, go down. Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down in a most delightful way.
So, just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. The medicine go down.
Medicine go down. Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down in a most delightful way. Most delightful way. Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. The medicine go down. Medicine go down. Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down in the most delightful way. In the most delightful way. We'll be off now, ma'am. Jane, Michael, Spitspot.
I'm sorry, ma'am. Apparently these came for you this morning and Roberts and I forgot to give them to you. Their apologies, ma'am, from your guests. They're not coming. None of them.
Oh. Do you think I chose the wrong day?
I think you chose the wrong people.
In the most delightful way.
Mary Poppins, where are you going today?
I thought we could play our next game.
What game?
A visit to the bank.
A visit to the bank? That's not a game.
Well, of course it's a game.
Did Daddy agree?
If he did, then you must have put the idea into his head somehow.
What an impertinent thing to say. Me putting ideas into other people's heads. Really? Good morning. Great men have dreams of power and position, and it's our job to back them to the hilt. For sheer investments and advice, they'll pay our price, the bedrock on which banks are built. Banks, a word. I see Avon hustlers coming in again today. Have you made a decision?
I believe so.
Good, good. Be sure it's the right one.
Banks, what objections can you have? My security is more than adequate, and Latin America is an expanding market. What seems to be the matter? Have you no courage?
What I haven't been able to grasp is what exactly is your final product?
What do you think? Money, of course.
Making money out of money, is that enough?
Are you not man enough to be a banker? Our man has dreams of building an empire to make his name in many distant lands. And in the new world, I am told, they'll soon strike gold. Let's seize that chance with both our hands.
Have you come to a decision yet, Mr. Banks? There's a town of good people whose futures are depending on you.
I know that.
Please, Mr. Banks, I'd give it everything I've got. Believe me, I could have the factory up and running in weeks and expanding before the year's even out.
I do believe you, and I've tried, but there just isn't the collateral.
What about my workforce? Decent men who want a better life. They're my collateral. My men have dreams to earn an honest living, a wife and kids, a home to call their own. If you'd invest in us today, it paves the way. I promise we'd repay the loan.
I'm sorry, Miss Northbrook. But
Hello, Daddy.
What on earth are you doing here? Can't you see I'm busy?
No, we're done. Besides, no man should be too busy for his own children. What are you here for, young man? Have you come for some money as well?
Hardly. What were they needed for?
It's never too early to learn its value. Here.
I know the value of this. 6p.
No, that's its worth. Its value is how you spend it. Do good, and may you have good luck.
And what do you say to Miss Northbrook?
Thank you.
I'll wait outside.
What is the meaning of this? Really, Mary Poppins, I'm not without a sense of humor.
Aren't you, Daddy?
No, I am not. But when I was a little boy, I would not have dared interrupt my father.
Were you ever a little boy?
Of course I was. But my nanny, Miss Andrew, kept me out of my father's way, and he'd have been very annoyed had she not.
What about your mother?
I shouldn't imagine I saw either of them more than once a week.
Did you miss them? Did they mind?
Mind? They were glad to be rid of me.
Then who kissed you goodnight? Miss Andrew?
Certainly not. There was no time for hugs and kisses and all that soppy nonsense. What's the matter?
Poor Daddy.
Poor? What do you mean, poor? That's what made me the man I am today. Eh, Mary Poppins?
Yes, I'm afraid it did.
Well, that's enough. You've seen where I work, and I have a great deal to do.
Daddy, when you invest into the bank's money, what are you looking for? Good man or good idea?
I suppose I should say a good. I suppose I should say a good man, but sorry. I suppose I should say a good idea, but a good man is much rarer and much more valuable. Mr. Von Hustler, I've considered your arguments, but I'm afraid my answer is no.
So you don't recognize a good idea?
Perhaps not, but I recognize a good man when I see one.
You'll regret this, Banks!
A man with dreams that life hasn't broken. A man with goals, ambitions to fulfill. A man you're certain at first glance deserves a chance. Now, Miss Northbrook, when exactly could this factory open?
Thank you, sir. You won't regret it. The birds, tuppence a bag, tuppence, tuppence, tuppence a bag. There's that horrible old woman.
Don't point, and for your information, she's not in the least bit horrible.
But she's just a bundle of rags.
When will you learn to look past what you see? Early each day to the steps of St. Paul's, the little old bad woman comes. In her own special way, to the people she calls.
Come, buy my bags full of crumbs. Come, feed the little birds, show 'em you care, and you'll be glad if you do. The young ones are hungry, the nests are so bare, all it takes is tuppence from you. Feed the birds, tuppence a bag, tuppence, tuppence, tuppence a bag.
Feed the birds, that's what she cries, while overhead the birds fill the skies.
What are you doing?
I'm going to give her my 6p.
What a waste.
That's a matter of opinion. Here, one bag, please. Save your 6p. All around the cathedral, the saints and apostles look down as she sells her wares. She's calling to you.
Feed the birds, tuppence a bag. Tuppence, tuppence, tuppence a bag. All gone. Tuppence, tuppence, tuppence a bag.
Now, here she is now, you can tell her yourself.
Isn't that Miss Lark's dog? Willoughby?
Don't interrupt when someone's barking. You were saying? Well, in that case, maybe you should be the one to keep her on a lead.
Willoughby!
Ah, here she comes now.
Willoughby! Oh, Willoughby! Willoughby, it's all right. Mummy's here. You know, sometimes you don't think you can talk.
But can Willoughby really talk?
Of course he can. Getting him to stop, that's the problem.
Mary Poppins, how did you learn to talk dog?
How do you think? Master the grammar
Practice when you can.
and avoid mongrels.
Far too much slang.
Now, come along. I can't stand here all day talking shop.
Talking shop? What a silly expression.
There's nothing silly about it in the least.
What do you buy in a talking shop?
Conversations, of course.
Well, I've never seen a talking shop.
There is only one, and it belongs to Mrs. Corey.
Who's Mrs. Corey?
Who's Mrs. Corey? Mrs. Corey is older than anyone in the world. She talked to William before he went conquering, to Vlad before he went impaling, and to Alexander when he weren't so bright.
We'll have to visit her at her shop in the park.
There's no shop in the park.
Anything can happen if you let it.
Oh, that is it! I have run out of conversations.
Good day to you, Mrs. Corey.
Well, if it isn't Mary Poppins with Jane and Michael Banks.
She knows us?
Well, of course I do. And how is poor little Georgie?
Who?
Georgie Banks, your father. You know, he used to give his nanny the slip and come to my shop in secret.
But it can't have been the same George Banks. That would have been 40 years ago, and no one can remember that far back.
Listen, dearie, I remember everything. I remember George used to love my gingerbread. Let's see if we have any today. Annie, Fanny, look lively.
Yes, Mother.
Here we are, gingerbread pieces with gingerbread stars. George used to always save his stars for last. Now, Mary Poppins, what can I do for you?
Well, I did want an ounce of conversations.
An ounce? Well, I've had a lot of chatterboxes in here, and I'm straight out of conversations. But for you, I can see if I have anything left. Ooh, I do have some letters left and a little bit of back chat. An ounce, you say? That'll be 15 letters. Go on, take your pick.
Jane, choose 7.
I've got a D, G, R, U, C, L, and I.
Your turn, Michael. 7 more.
A, F, S, E, T, O, and P.
And I'll choose an X. Now, what can we make out of that?
Well, I just see dog and cat.
Bronoplex, that's 9.
Le Pito Ferris, that's 11, nearly there.
But those don't count. You made them up.
Now, where do you think words came from in the first place? Somebody had to make them up.
You know, we can't always use the same letter more than once. Now, let me see. Super, cali, fragilistic, expialidocious.
That's not a word.
Well, of course it's a word. And unless I'm very much mistaken, I think it's going to prove to be a rather useful one. When trying to express oneself, it's frankly quite absurd to leaf through lengthy lexicons to find the perfect word. A bit of spontaneity keeps conversation keen. You need to find a way to say precisely what you mean. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious. If you say it loud enough, you'll always sound precocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
It doesn't mean anything.
It can mean exactly what you want it to. When Stone Age men were chatting, simply grunting would suffice.
But if they'd heard this word, they might have used it once or twice.
I'm sure the Egyptian pharaohs would have grasped it in a jiff. Then every single pyramid would bear this hieroglyph. Oh, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Say it in wild animals will not seem so ferocious.
Add some further flourishes, it's pseudo-go-go-gocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
The Druids could have carved it on their mighty monoliths.
The ancient Greeks, I'm certain, would have used it in their myths.
I'm sure the Roman Empire only entered the abyss because those Latin scholars never had a word like this. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. If you say it softly, the effect can be hypnosis.
Check your breath before you speak in case it's halitosis.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Of course, you can say it backwards, which is suyo ecadillia pasecasalagarphilocrepus.
She may be tricky, but she's bloody good!
So when the cat has got your tongue, there's no need for dismay. Just summon up this word and then you've got a lot to say.
Pick out those 18 consonants and 16 vowels as well, and put them in an order which is very hard to spell.
S
S
U
U
P
P
E
E
R
R
C A L I F R A G I L I S T I C E X P I A L I D O C I O U S.
Smarty pants.
S U P E R C A L I F R A G I L I S T I C E X P I A L I D O C I O U S S U P E R C A L I F R A G I L I S T I C E X P I A L I D O C I O U S S U P E R C A L I F R A G I L I S T I C E X P I A L I D O C I O U S.
Here we go. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious, if you say it loud enough, you always have to be cautious. Supercalifragilistic. Supercalifragilistic. Expialidocious. Supercalifragilistic. Expialidocious. The winds might blow, but who's to know exactly what it's bringing? Good news or bad, happy or sad, pendulum keeps swinging.
All right, Stand back. You are never to come near this vase. No one else but me neither. That is an heirloom.
Heirloom.
And while I do this, stay totally immobile.
Immobile.
Do not move a muscle.
Muscle.
Do not breathe. Do you hear me?
I might as well be dead.
Don't give me ideas.
A game is played, a change is made, but still the road is long. And though they might yet fly a kite, sometimes the wind's too strong.
George, you're home. Are you ill?
No. Should I be?
Of course not. It's just, why on earth are you home so early? Is everything all right?
No, everything's all wrong.
My dear, what is it?
If you must know, I refused some German chap a loan. He's brought it over to our chief rivals, and they've turned it into a gold mine.
They can't expect you to get it right every time.
Can't they? It's exactly what they expect.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Even the sound of it is something quite atrocious. If you say it loud enough,
That is more than loud enough. Upstairs, now!
But we were just
I don't care what you adjust. Upstairs, now! Where's my briefcase? Michael? Jane? I see that. Would you give it to me? Must I put up with this behavior? You're their mother. Why can't you do something?
Well, I can try not shouting for a start.
Mary Poppins, you are here to teach the children manners. And just look at them. They're a pair of little savages. Why, if I had my way, you'd be out of this house by...
George, you're tired. Mary Poppins, don't bring the children down tonight. Mr. Banks is quite exhausted. Perhaps you can keep them occupied. I hope you haven't forgotten, ma'am. Tonight's my evening out.
What?
I had forgotten. I suppose the best people wouldn't ask you to change your plans?
No, they wouldn't, ma'am.
I thought not.
It's not fair. Daddy loses his temper and we get shut up in the nursery. Daddy's mean and rotten and I hate him.
Jane, take that back right this instant. I will not have you criticize your father.
Why not? He criticizes you. Last week he said you were neither use nor ornament.
How dare you?
I heard him say it, and so did you.
Well, sometimes people say things they don't mean. Take the children upstairs, please, Mary Poppins. George,
What is it now?
thought you might like to talk about it.
What would be the point?
Perhaps I can help.
Don't be ridiculous.
George, I'm serious. If you have troubles, I'd like to share them.
Don't worry, you will. The fact is, I've been suspended without salary until they decide what to do with me.
Twists and turns, ups and downs. One moment smile, next moment frowns. But bad-tempered faces had better change quick. 'Cause if the wind changes, the face might just stick. Chim chimney, chim chim, chiree chim charoo.
fair. You're going out and we get left on our own.
You've plenty of toys to play with.
I don't want to, they're boring.
They might say the same about you.
Why does Daddy get so cross?
Fathers are supposed to look after their children, not yell at them all the time.
Have you ever wondered who looks after the fathers when things go wrong?
The mothers, I suppose.
Not the children.
Wouldn't that be rather upside down?
Sometimes families are upside down, for a while anyway.
Well, I don't want to be part of an upside-down family. I wish I could just run away.
Why don't you? Someone might adopt you.
But you'd miss me.
No, I wouldn't. Then I could have your toys.
Give me that. Look what you've done.
That's enough out of both of you. To bed now.
But we haven't had our milk.
There'll be no buts, and there'll be no milk either. If you can't be good, you may as well be sorry. Poor Valentine. Why not go inside and make yourself presentable?
Well, I won't go to bed, and you can't make me.
In that, as in so many things,
Your information
is faulty. Playing the game, taking your turn. Some children lose, some children learn. Treat the toys nicely and maybe they'll treat you the same. Playing the game. Are you feeling any better, Valentine?
much better, thank you.
Tempers are frayed, tempers are lost. Nobody stops to think of the cost.
But they tore my arm again.
Oh dear, children who lose their temper will lose everything else in the end.
They're not playing the game, not playing fair, not with the doll, nor with the bear. Thrown on the floor and neglected, and they were to blame. Playing the game. Please tell them, Mary Poppins.
Why don't you tell them?
What's going on? What's happened to all our toys?
Make them go small and back in their box!
Why? You've heard them and called them names. Now it's their turn. Summon the toys. Now is the time to tell of your woes, to tell of their crime. Crime! Come on, come on, enter the fray. They need to hear what you have to say.
Play, play. Make them stop! Cause that noise will treat us this way. Don't deserve much, so why should we stay? They stamp and shout, create such a fuss. They need to learn the value of us.
Well,
You think you know everything.
I couldn't agree more. Jane?
Well, they're our toys and we'll do what we like with them. So there.
So there indeed. Playing the game, having a ball. Those who won't play shan't play at all.
Will we meet again, Mary Poppins?
Maybe when they've learned to play the game. Is that you, Bert?
Up where the smoke is all billowed and curled, between pavement and staff is a chimney sweep's world, where there's hardly no day, nor hardly no night, and there's things off in shadows and off ways and light. On the rooftops of London, what a sight.
Oh, so you're a sweep now, are you?
Best view in the world, eh? And who gets to see it? The birds, the stars, and the chimney sweeps. Not to beat it, eh? Now as the ladder of life has been strung, you might think a sweep's on the bottommost rung, though I spends me time in the ashes and smoke. In this so wide world, there's no happier bloke. Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim chiree, a sweep is as lucky can be. Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim chiroo.
Good luck will rub off when he shakes hands with you.
Or blow me a kiss,
But
and that's lucky too. This mean you're going then?
the wind has changed.
But they're good kids, Mary.
Would I be bothering with them if they weren't? But I can't help them if they won't let me. Besides, there's no one so hard to teach as the child who knows everything.
So?
So, they've got to do the next bit on their own.
Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim chiree.
When you're with the sweep, you're in glad company. Goodbye, Bert.
Chim, chim, chim chim chiree. When you're with a sweep, you're in glad company. Now where is there a more happier crew than them's what sings chim chim chiree chim chiroo. Chim chimney chim chim chiree chim.
She can't have left us. Oh, yes, she can. She's taken all our toys.
What does the note say? What in the name of heaven are you two doing out here? Where's Mary Poppins?
Gone.
Gone. Well, if that doesn't take the bloomin' biscuit.
Mrs. Brill, what does au revoir mean?
Why?
Because that's what she's written here. Dear Shane and Michael, keep playing the game. Au revoir, Mary Poppins.
It's French. I know that. Does it mean God bless you? No. Good luck? No. Ah, I remember now. It means till we meet again. Now, come inside before you catch your debts.
Morning, Admiral.
Lovely weather.
Mrs. Brill, is the nursery tidy?
As tidy as I can make it, ma'am.
If only you knew how hard it was to track her down.
Really, ma'am? Fancy that. Could they go through 90s for a flippin' pastime? Now when one returns, make this fearful fuss. Never liked her much when she was here the last time.
She makes life easier for both of us.
Mrs. Brill, it really is her, isn't it?
Well, I don't know who else.
Why is it such a secret?
Do you think that she's returned to get things back the way they were?
The note does say, till we meet again.
I just know it must be her.
Oh my goodness, she's going to be here any moment. George, dear, you're going to be surprised.
Winifred, you know very well I hate surprises at the best of times.
Not this one. Oh, George, I do believe you're going to be proud of me for once. Precision and order, it's perfectly true. Can really make a difference. I found her for you. Clear thinking, sound judgments, and now we'll regain a home you can be proud of in Cherry Tree Lane. Hurry up, into the hall, everyone. I want you to find everything. Spit, spot, spick, and span.
Spick and span.
A sense of excitement is hard to contain. Order is returning. Wonder is returning. Someone is returning to Cherry Tree Lane.
Good morning.
The Holy Terror! Ah!
Dear Miss Andrew, it's so lovely to meet you at last. I do hope you had a good journey.
It was thoroughly unpleasant. I never enjoy travel. You must be poor George's wife. Your flower beds are disgracefully untidy. Take my advice, plant evergreens, or better still, have nothing there at all, just a plain cement courtyard.
But dear Miss Andrew, I'm so fond of flowers.
Then you are a very silly woman. Where did George go?
Oh, I'm afraid he had a rather urgent appointment.
For which he was no doubt late as usual. It's not much of a house, is it?
We like it.
Then it doesn't keep much to keep you happy. Look at the dust. There. Oh. There. The filth.
Well, we have been rather short-staffed lately.
Has anyone ever cleaned those curtains?
Now, wait just a minute.
Ah, you the children. Pity. I don't suppose you know who I am.
Yes, we do. You're the Holy Terror.
Impudent boy! You're Jane, I suppose. Why aren't you wearing stockings?
I don't like them.
Tut! What manners! I can see there's not a minute to lose. These children have been spoiled. I've arrived here just in time. By chance, I brought the punishment that best befits the crime. Brimstone and treacle and cod liver oil, liberal doses of each. These are the treats at which children recoil, the lessons I'm going to teach. Just follow my model and don't muddy cuddle, it may lead the irksome to irk. So seek satisfaction from punitive action. Brimstone and treacle will work. Open.
Does it taste as bad as it smells?
Worse.
Do I have to?
Open. Brimstone and treacle and carbolic soap. These are the tools of my trade. With spoonsful of sugar, you don't have a hope of seeing the changes are made. Where manners are chronic, my tincture's the tonic that's certain to wipe off a smack. So pour out a ration in matronly fashion. Brimstone and treacle will work. Your son will go to boarding school at once. As for the girl, I shall take charge of her myself. I won't send for whining or whinging or whimpering, crying or lying or sobbing or simpering. I feel it's clear that these two such bad habits lack. First threaten to throttle, then uncork the bottle. Brimstone and treacle will work. Now show me to my room. Oh,
She can't stay. They'll have to dismiss her. You know, I'm disappointed. Truly, I am. I really thought it was going to be, with the umbrella.
What are we going to do?
The only thing we can, run away.
Easy now, your old friend ain't gonna hurt you.
Bert, it's you.
You're filthy.
Perhaps a smudge or two. So happens today, I'm a chimney sweep. So, what's the matter and who's after you?
The nastiest nanny in the world.
Nastiest nanny in the world, Dave. Well, you two should know, you've been through enough of them. Is she really as bad as all that?
She looks like something that would eat its young.
Miss Andrew was Daddy's nanny.
Which explains a lot.
Poor Daddy. Ever since he stopped working, he just sits and mopes. Mary Poppins used to say he needed our help, but now it's just too late.
Oh, I wouldn't say that. Here, why don't we start things off with a bit of shake for good luck?
Why would shaking hands with you brings luck?
Didn't no one ever tell you it's lucky to shake a sweep's hand?
Well, what do you do if you want some luck?
Oh, well, I shake hands with myself. Now, what have we got here?
Michael, look, it's a real one. What's the matter? You've always wanted to fly a proper kite.
I've always wanted to fly one with Daddy.
Of course you have. But you need to know how it's done. Get a bit of training in, and you'll make him the proudest father in the country.
Do you really think so? You're not just saying that?
Did I say country? The old bloomin' empire, more like. With tuppence and paper for strings, you can have your own set of wings. Well, you're a bird in flight with your fist holding tight to the string of your kite. Oh, let's go fly a kite up to the highest height. Let's go fly a kite and send it soaring up through the atmosphere, up where the air is clear. Oh, let's go fly a kite.
Try again.
Try again.
What's this? What's this? We don't allow litter here.
It isn't litter. It's a kite.
Oh, a kite, is it? My word, it is. I haven't flown a kite since I was a boy. Now, we'll wind her up, give her a run, and away she'll go.
I want to do it.
But you'll let me help, won't you? Seeing as I haven't flown a kite since I was a boy.
Oh, all right.
When you send it flying up there, all it wants you're lighter than air. You can dance on the breeze over houses and trees with your fist holding tight to the string of your kite. Oh, let's go fly a kite up to the highest height. Let's go fly a kite and send it soaring up through the atmosphere, up where the air is clear. Oh, let's go fly a kite. Reel it in.
I can't. It's stuck.
I'll help.
Let me.
You can do it. Pull one more time.
Oh,
Oh, let's go fly a kite up to the highest height. Oh, let's go fly a kite.
I knew it. Oh, Mary Poppins, I knew you'd come back.
Don't squeeze. I'm not sardine in a tin. And where are your coats?
We didn't have time to put them on.
And why not, may I ask?
Because we've run away.
Have you indeed?
Everything's been so awful since you left. Miss Andrews come, and Daddy's ruined, and we never helped him like you said we should have, and now we were too stupid to hear what you were saying, and...
Oh my, but your life's a tragedy. Now, let's go home and don't dawdle.
But she's there. She came this morning as a surprise for Daddy.
Did she? Well, maybe I'll be a surprise for her. That was a lovely greeting, Bert.
Ah, that's it, Mary. Welcome back. You're a sight for sore eyes.
We really are, Mary Poppins. Welcome back.
Told you they were good kids, Mary.
And I told you they were worth bothering with.
See, it's against regulations coming down from the sky like that. And where from, I'd like to know why. Where from?
If I were a park keeper, I should straighten my hat and button my coat. Now, come along, children.
Aren't you going to shake hands with Bert for luck?
No,
Why not? We have.
I don't need any luck, thank you.
Illusions may shatter, but memories stay. The things that really matter I lost on the way. The sovereign, the master, and long may he reign. The famous good-for-nothing of Cherry Tree Lane.
They'll find their way home in no time. Let's face it, ma'am, they have enough practice.
But this time they're not being naughty. I'm afraid I've made them unhappy. I'm afraid I've made everyone unhappy.
They'll turn up. Don't you worry.
George, dear, I know it hurts your pride, dear. But you can't just run and hide, dear. Why can't you see that I'm here and I am on your side? Whenever you spoke of Miss Andrew, you showered the woman with praise. But now that I've met dear Miss Andrew, there are one or two things I'd rephrase. To think you were raised by that monster and carried that burden through life. If only you had seen that you could share it with your wife. Being Mrs. Banks, it's easy to forget the way I felt that summer's day, the day that we first met. Being Mrs. Banks, being kissed by you, a man of dreams who made me feel that wishes could come true. And now, although you're lost, it's time that we closed ranks. I'll fight for the man who needs freeing, the real you who no one is seeing. And you'll find a way of just being Mr.
Perhaps she's killed everyone. Perhaps they're all dead.
Not like that, you stupid boy.
Well, they're not all dead. What's that noise?
It's a bird. I might have known. Did she? Well, frankly, that's not a surprise. Locked in this cage and not free in the skies for 2 years. How shameful. Yes, of course, that's a field I know well. An hour no longer, your wings will grow stronger. Once you are free from this cell.
What kind of bird is it?
A lark. You are seeing a lark in a cage for the first time and the last. My pleasure. Don't mention it.
I'm going downstairs to fetch Caruso, my lark. You stay there and clean the grate. Again. So, you decided to come crawling back, have you? Well, I guess we know what's needed now. Brimstone and treacle, my favorite liquor, that will make runaways stop. Impudent children respond so much quicker when forced to drink every last drop.
Is this what you're looking for?
Who are you?
I'm Mary Poppins.
Mary Poppins? But you left without notice.
And I've come back without notice.
I see. What do you expect me to do?
Pack!
Pack! You insolent young person! How dare you speak to me in this way? With your newfangled methods, I raise up children so they know the place. Standing for tradition, I govern my charges.
Mishandled charges blow up in your face.
I brought up their father.
Well, that I don't doubt. You must be so proud at the way he turned out.
A shining example of pillar.
A post. They all have their problems, but him more than most.
Caruso! Where's my lock? Caruso! You let my little lark out of his cage. Now you're baleful friends of my rage. Brimstone and treacle for you. Brimstone and treacle
Just
for
a
you.
spoonful of sugar.
Brimstone and treacle
Just
for
a
you.
spoonful of sugar.
Brimstone and treacle
Just
for
a spoonful
you.
of sugar. Because you've made no man. Brimstone and treacle.
Brimstone and treacle.
Brimstone and treacle.
Brimstone and treacle.
Mary Poppins, wherever did you come from?
She came from up.
Michael?
Jane, Michael, is that you? Oh, thank heaven. But you're very naughty for running off like that, and I should be angry as anything. If only I weren't so pleased to see you. Where's Miss Andrew?
She left.
Left? Why?
She didn't give a reason, ma'am.
How peculiar. So, Mary Poppins, if you're back, are you going to stay?
I'll stay as long as necessary, ma'am.
Only because the last time you were here, you left without a word of warning. How do I know you won't do it again?
You don't.
Oh.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Oh, Constable, I'm so sorry to have bothered you, but they're back. It's all right.
Not all of them, ma'am.
What?
We found this one running in the park. Good night, ma'am.
George.
Where is she?
Miss Andrew? She left.
Left? But how?
Perhaps she thought we were being rude.
Rude? To Miss Andrew? Well, I can't forgive it, but I'll try to forget. In fact, I'd have given you 6 pence if I had one.
George, you haven't noticed? Mary Poppins is back.
Is she? Well, well, Mary Poppins. I wonder if we might have a word.
Of course.
There's no point in beating about the bush. Things have not gone well for us since you've left, and...
About my wages, sir, I shouldn't take any now. I should prefer to let them accrue.
Oh, but Mary Poppins, if you only knew how many payments are accruing as it is.
Well,
is everything settled?
Yes, it is. Now, I must get started. Jane, Michael, spit spot. Are the drains playing up, or is Mrs. Brill cooking?
Come along, dear. You've made your own decision, but how bad can that be? After so many years of good service, what's the worst that can happen?
Winifred, if I'm to be dismissed by the bank, we'll be destitute. The house will be repossessed, the servants will leave, and the children will be forced outside to sit with us on the frosty curbside.
We'll still have what matters. The children and each other.
You're practically perfect in every way.
I guarantee.
Practically perfect. We hope you'll stay.
Let's wait and see. Uncanny nannies are hard to find. Unique yet meek, unspeakably kind. You're practically perfect, and yet I'm sure there's still room for improvement. A few games more.
Is that looking new?
And if it is,
What's inside it?
a portrait?
Whose?
You'll know when the time comes and not before.
You are going to stay this time, aren't you, Mary Poppins?
I'll stay until the chain breaks.
What chain? Where?
Michael, you must be careful. The room's a bit excited to see me back. And you know what can happen around a fireplace.
Michael, come down!
Mary Poppins, what's happening? Hello there.
Bert, what are you doing up here?
Where else should a chimney sweep be? A chimney swept, a secret kept, up here above the gables. Another world to be unfurled, of ancient myths and fables. A chimney stack looks cold and black against the twilight sky. But never fear, there's warmth up here, perhaps you'll find out why.
Well, what do I look like? That's better.
The world is awfully big, isn't it?
And what does that tell you?
That we're awfully small and unimportant.
Speak for yourself.
Not so much us, but our problems. They seem so big down in the nursery, but up here.
That's more like it. Troubles are never so bad when you look at them from a little higher up. And always remember there's plenty of folk waiting to have you, should you need them.
Who?
Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim cheree. Now guardian angels you don't often see. They're not highfalutin nor grand nor aloof. Now they're covered in soot and they're up on your roof. Chim chimney, chim chim cheree. Say it's true.
Brush away the dirt and soot.
Brush away your tears. Cobwebs that are swept away.
Hang around for years.
We know weather's up all ours. We can see for miles. Our idea of heaven is a night on the top. We may look a motley, smart guitar and rhyme. When you need a helping hand, we try to step in, try to step in just in time.
We will step in
time.
We will step in
time.
Never need a reason, never need a rhyme. We will step in time.
Over the rooftop, step in time. Over the rooftop, step in time. Never need a reason, never need a rhyme. Over the rooftop, step in time. Watch me step in time.
we step by step in time. Never need a reason, never need a rhyme. Watch me step by step in time. Kick your knees up, step in time. Kick your knees up, step in time. Never need a reason, never need a rhyme. Kick your knees up, step in time.
Childhood is a step in time, parenthood's the same.
Never miss a chance to get it right. Done it seem a perfect crime, done it seem a shame. When the steps aren't going as smoothly as they might. That's when you step in time. That's when you step in time. Never need a reason, never need a rhyme. That's when you step in time. Step. Make your elbow step in time. Make your elbow step in time. Never need a reason, never need a rhyme. Make your elbow step in time. Make your elbow step in time.
Good job.
Yes, Bert.
Good job. All right then.
Yes, Michael. Yes, Jane.
Just remember when you're low, feeling in the walls.
Someone's up your chimney.
And it isn't Santa Claus. If you need us, if you don't, doesn't make much odds. We'll be watching over you with brushes, brooms, brushes, brooms,
And rocks. Over the rooftops.
Over the rooftops. Over the rooftops. Over the rooftops. Over the rooftops. Over the rooftops, step in time. Over the rooftops, step in time. Never need a reason, never need a rhyme.
Over the rooftop, step in time. Make your elbow step in time. Make your elbow step in time. Never need a reason, never need a rhyme. Make your elbow step in time. Kick your knees up, step in time. Kick your knees up, step in time. Never need a reason, never need a rhyme. Kick your knees up, step in time. Step in time. Step in time. Never need a reason, never need a rhyme. Never need a reason, never need a rhyme. If you kick your knees up, kick your knees up, kick your knees up, kick your knees up. Step. Never need a reason, step in time. What you gonna do?
Step in time.
Shout it louder.
Step in time.
Step. Down the chimney, step in time. Down the chimney, step in time. Never need a reason, never need a rhyme. Down the chimney, step in. Back to the nursery, step in time. Back to the nursery, step in time. Never need a reason, never need a rhyme. Back to the nursery, step in time.
What is all this? Special delivery.
Special delivery, step in time. Special delivery, step in time. Never need a reason, never need a rhyme. Special delivery, step in time. Time to go now. Good night, governor. Good night, governor, step in time.
Good night, governor, step in time.
Never need a reason, never need a rhyme. Good night, governor, step in time.
Good night, Governor.
Cheerio, Governor.
Cheerio, Governor.
Good night, Governor. Good night, Governor.
Not so fast. Upstairs now. Jane, you too. Mary Poppins, would you be so good as to explain any of this?
Let me make one thing clear.
Yes.
I never explain anything.
But
Come along, children.
it's happened. The chairman wants to see me at the close of business tonight.
Tonight? Well, I'm going to come with you and jolly well give that chairman a piece of my mind.
That would only make matters worse. We'd better make some plans. In fact, I'm afraid the time has come.
Do you mean your mother's vase? But won't you miss it terribly?
Needs must, my dear. We always said we were saving it for a rainy day, and tomorrow it looks set to pour.
Oh, George, do be careful.
Oh, no.
Mrs. Brill, let's get you to the kitchen, shall we? You'd better sit down.
Mrs. Brill, is that the dinner cooking?
Now don't you start and open all the windows.
I was only going to say it smells delicious.
Oh, well, let's go upside
Well, I never. So that's where I put them.
What are they?
Stars. Gingerbread stars I hid once for my nanny. I always knew I'd put them somewhere she'd never find them. Trouble was I could never find them either.
They're very bright.
Aren't they? Even after all these years.
Let me give you an end.
You know, I used to dream that I'd learn everything there was to know about the stars. Funny, I haven't thought about all this in years. I'm usually not this sentimental.
It's good to look back sometimes.
Is it? Sometimes I'm not so sure. A man has dreams of walking with giants to carve his niche in the edifice of time. Before the mortar of his zeal has the chance to congeal, the cup is dashed from his lips, the flame is snuffed a burning. He's brought to rack and ruin in his prime.
Life's a rum go, Governor. That's the truth.
You know what I think? It's Mary Poppins. The moment she showed up here, things began to happen to me. My world was calm, ordered, exemplary. Then comes this person with chaos in her wake. And now my life's ambitions go with one fell blow. It's quite a bitter pill to take. It's that Poppins woman. She's responsible for all this.
I know the very person. What's that thing she's always saying? Spoonful of sugar, that is all it takes. It changes bread and water into tea and cakes. A spoonful of sugar goes a long, long way. So have yourself an healthy helping every day.
A healthy helping of trouble, if you ask me.
Like I say, Governor, you've got to grind, grind, grind at that grindstone. Though childhood slips like sand through a sieve. And all too soon they've up and grown, and then they've flown. And it's too late for you to give just that spoonful of sugar to help the medicine go down. The medicine go down. Medicine go down. Well, good luck, Governor.
Thank you, Bud. And good luck to you too.
Father,
Yes?
We've come to say goodnight.
Ah, yes. Good night.
Remember when we came to the bank?
Yes.
Well, we were each given a sixpence and told to spend it wisely.
That is excellent advice. It's exactly what you should do. What did you buy with them?
Nothing yet. We kept them. And now we've decided to give them to you.
I suppose Mary Poppins put you up to this.
She hasn't said a word about it, but we know that it's been difficult for you lately. We really haven't been of much help.
So we thought a bit of extra cash might loosen things up a little.
It's a whole shilling.
Thank you.
We do love you, you know. Good night, Daddy.
Jane, do you remember you once asked me who Neleus's father was?
Yes.
It was Poseidon, king of the sea. Good night.
Mummy, Daddy's really worried, isn't he?
Yes, he is. But always remember that he loves you both very much, and that's far more important than jobs or houses or anything else.
Are you going to work with him?
I'd like to. If only there was someone to stand up for him, to take his part, show what he's really like inside.
Why can't he do that for himself?
Because he's a man, and a very proud one.
Well, then you must go.
I'd like to, but I'm afraid it just isn't possible.
Why not?
Because I'm a woman.
Mary Poppins says anything is possible if we can only get out of our own way.
Do you really believe that, Mary Poppins?
Anything can happen if you let it. Sometimes things are difficult, but you can bet it doesn't have to be so.
Changes can be made.
You can move a mountain if you use a larger spade. Anything can happen, it's a marvel. Be a butterfly
Or just stay lovable. Stretch your mind beyond fantastic. Dreams are made of strong elastic.
Take some sound advice and don't forget it. Anything can happen if you let it.
I wonder. Anything can happen if you let it. You won't know a challenge until you've met it. No one does it for you, no one but yourself. Vacillating violets get left up on the shelf. Anything can happen, just imagine.
That should be my epitaph. I wear the badge in honor of this world's free thinkers.
Those who see beyond their blinkers.
Jelly isn't jelly till you set it. Anything can happen if you let it. If you reach for the stars, all you get are the stars. But we've got a whole new speed. When you reach for the heavens, you get the stars thrown in.
Meet the birds, tuppence a bag. Tuppence, tuppence, tuppence. the birds, sir. Only tuppence a bag.
I would take it as a great favor if you would feed them for me.
Tuppence, tuppence, tuppence a bag.
Hello.
Come in, Banks. Well, how did it happen? You turned out a scheme that was bound to make millions, and we want to know why.
Then I'll tell you. Mr. Von Hustler's scheme had no product. It had no substance. It had no meaning outside the walls of a bank. Oh, yes, he told me about assets and profits and growth, but there wasn't a word about people. And I know that if a man puts any value in real life, then as far as you're concerned, he's worthless. But I'm afraid I do value it, gentlemen. In short, George Banks Esquire has rediscovered the human race. And I apologize for ruining the bank, but I do not apologize for realizing that there are more important things in life than making money.
Ruining the bank. Ruining the bank. Ruining the bank. My dear chap, what are you talking about? You've saved our bacon. Haven't you heard? Von Hustler's scheme has ruined our rival and kept us out of the nastiest scandal since records began. We don't want your apologies. We're offering ours.
Oh, my word.
And another thing. Do you remember giving a loan to a woman called Northbrook? Well, she's repaying it and opening up 2 new factories. With the percentages that you negotiated, we look set to make a fortune.
Oh, my word.
And that's just it. We very much hope you might tell us how you did it. Just give us the word. It's quite safe with us.
Give you the word? Give you the word? I'll give you the word, all right. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious, if you say it loud enough, you'll always sound precocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Oh, sir, thank you.
Now, Banks.
Forgive him. It's not his fault. It's all because of his nanny, Miss Andrew.
The Holy Terror. She told me everything I know.
Then now's your chance to forget it.
That's right. And if you want to fight about it, then you've come to the right woman.
Dear, it's all right. I haven't lost any money. I've made the bank a fortune.
Really?
Now, we still have business to conduct, so if you will... Well... Banks, as a way of recompense, we'd like to offer you the position of senior manager with a salary at double...
Exactly how much did he make for you?
Triple... quadruple your present rates.
Close your mouth, George. We're not codfish.
Well...
I accept, but you must understand one thing. From now on, my family comes first.
Agreed.
Winifred, I'm afraid I've underestimated you. How could you forgive me?
How can you ask?
It was selfish of me to keep you off the stage. You'll want to go back, and I don't mind if you do.
No. I loved it, but I found a role I much rather prefer, and it's going to keep me extremely busy for a very long time.
Look, there are the stars.
I want the constellations too.
I wonder you don't ask for the moon as well.
Mary Poppins, Needus and Poseidon will live happily ever after.
Of course they will.
Oh, Mary Poppins, that was the best yet. To be up in the heavens. Do you think we'll ever go back there?
Yes, someday.
Really? Will it be soon?
Oh no, not for a very long time. But in the meantime, you can keep an eye on the stars with this.
But it's your telescope.
It is. Consider it a gift.
Thank you.
Now, run along in. It's getting cold.
I love you, Mary Poppins.
You're a fine boy, Uncle Banks, and one day you'll grow up to be a fine man.
Oh, Mary Poppins, it makes me so anxious when you talk like that.
Like what?
All kind and gentle and not a bit like yourself. Do be cross again, Mary Poppins. Do be cross.
Is that the thanks I get for the trouble I've taken?
That's better.
That's dainty, Bert.
Oh, they're yours, Mary. I planted them for you. It's tonight, isn't it?
It is.
Goodbye, then, Mary.
Goodbye, Bert. With every job when it's complete, there is a sense of bittersweet. That moment when you know the task is done. Though in your heart you'd like to stay, to help things on their way. You've always known they must do it alone. There. Practically perfect. And I hope it remains so.
What's wrong? Something's changed.
Look, it's Mary Poppins' locket. Oh, the chain's broken.
Don't you remember? I'll stay until the chain breaks.
There's a note too.
What does it say?
Michael had the telescope, so this is for you. It's a picture of the three of us.
And she signed it too, from Mary Poppins with a good deal of love.
Mary Poppins?
She's gone.
Gone? How peculiar.
She'll be back. Now, what do you think of this?
It's the best I've ever seen.
Could we fly it together?
Oh, Daddy!
Mary Poppins isn't coming back.
How could you possibly know that, dear?
Because we don't need her. Not anymore. And other families will, won't they, Daddy?
They will.
Perhaps she's right, George. And we could do without a nanny from now on. What do you think?
I think you'd better come dance with me.
George, this is serious.
Look, wasn't that...
Here, you can use my telescope.
I was right. Wish on it, children. And my dearest love.
Look, we'll always remember you, Mary Poppins.
We'll never forget.
All right, so this is our last show, and all the seniors say words to everyone else, and I have to do thank yous as well. So let me just get my long list of thank yous out of the way. I want to thank Mr. Call for set construction, Miss Puri and her class for refreshments during the senior citizens performance, Miss Acuna Francisco for the beautiful set design, Miss Dina Lardo and Mr. Bergando for the 50-50, Miss Knapp and Mr. Viteri for refreshments, and Mrs. Santana for the costumes. Thank you. It's much appreciated. Now we would like our advisors to come up to the stage. Yeah. Mr. B. Dr. J, Miss McKeever, Miss A, Mr. Cabrera, Miss Scott, Miss V, and Miss Tominsky, you too. Miss V, you didn't come up. Yeah.
Oh, there she is.
Okay, so my name is Crystal, and I've been in backstage crew for about 4 years, and let me say the experience has, what? Okay, 4 years. 4 years. Sorry, 4 years. Freshman to senior year. We're seniors today. Yeah. And the experience has been wonderful. Having to work with the mini family here is just amazing, and you get to know a ton of new people and watch the show and the cast from the side. It's really nice, and I love it. And I'm gonna miss Mr. B and Miss J and everybody who's been included into the show. So thank you.
Hi, my name is Natasha. This is my second and final year in play. I really have no idea what I'm going to say, but I just want to thank Miss Jacobson for literally pushing me to do play when I took her class. I'm crying, so sorry. I also want to thank Miss Scott for also pushing me this year. Musically, like, she's been a mentor to me, and I appreciate it so much. I'm crying a lot. And I thank all of you for coming to see our play. It's been a lot of work, and like, we really appreciate all the support you've done. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Raquel. This is my 3rd year doing play, and I enjoy every moment of it with the younger ones and the backstage. Everybody's so supportive of one another, and we love each other like a family, and I couldn't ask for a better family. And honestly, I didn't see the day that I would be a senior making this speech and saying goodbye to all of this. And I love all of you for coming out here and supporting us and being there for us, because you guys make a big part of what we do possible. So thank you guys.
Hi, my name's Andrea. This is my 3rd year in play, and I played Katie Nana this year. I had a speaking part for once. First off, I'd like to thank all the teachers who were involved, all the volunteers, everyone who helped put this together. I've been doing play ever since I was like a little kid back in elementary school, but I stopped for a while in middle school and I came back in high school, and it was great. Anyone who is looking forward to the play next year or has kids, to encourage them to join. I totally tell everyone to like join this play every single year because it's a family. My junior year, sorry, I lost both my grandmother and my uncle, both to cancer, and sorry. This play has given me a second family, and I love everyone here. And honestly, they've given me all the love and support that I think I can go on to college and like actually have a future where I can believe in myself and everything. And I want to thank all of you for that. Everyone, like even you in the audience. Try not to cry with you, come on.
Oh God, all right. Make me do this. All right, my name's Sebastian. I'm in the... I'm in the pit. I play all the random stuff over there. I don't know, this entire thing has been amazing. I've been here for 3 years. I haven't been here as long as some other people. For that, I'm gonna have to thank Mr. C for that, because freshman year I came in, auditioned for guitar, and I didn't even know what the name of a chord was, so he gave me a chord chart, and I learned from there. And from then on, he's pushed me to be a better musician than I was before. And it's just constantly been a growing process, and everything that I'm doing here is because of Mr. C. So.
Hi, my name is McKenna, and I've also been doing PIP for 3 years now. And I just want to say thank you to Mr. C for giving me the opportunity to be able to be part of the play and help me grow as a musician. And I will definitely miss this next year, even though how crazy and stressful it can be. Thank you.
Hi everybody, my name is Matthew Malamachi, and I've been in this production for 4 years now, and I can't tell you enough, like Dr. J, Ms. Scott, Ms. McKeever, and everybody else behind the scenes, they put in so much work and effort, and it's all for us, and then we give them, we give this your show, and it's all because of them, and I can't thank them enough. They're so special, and they do everything for us from their hearts. I love them all. And I'm gonna miss everybody, you know, it's so many memories, and I'm sorry, too bad. Yeah, but this, it's too much, you know, it's a great experience, and I hope everybody next year, all the juniors and all the underclassmen, they have so much fun and continue performing, amazingly. Thank you.
Hey guys, I'm Dolly. Everyone calls me Dolly here. So, funny thing is that all my best friends are in play. I'm really nervous because after this, it's like college is coming. Oh, my voice cracked great. College is coming, and I'm absolutely terrified. But these people and this play made me actually want to do music for life. So I'm going to do that now, and all these advisors, like Mr. Cabrera and everybody else, I'm blanking. This is too much for me. But yeah, no, I really would like to thank everybody here, everybody that came to all 3 shows, or 4 shows that we had. 3, sorry. 3 shows that we had, and I also want to thank everybody here that has been my friend all throughout the 3 years that I've been here. Thank you so much for giving me a home and a family. I really do not deserve it, but thank you so much.
Hello everyone, my name is Julia Gardner. I'm a senior here at JFK, and this is my 3rd year of play. And I just want to thank Dr. Jacobson, Ms. Scott, Ms. McKeever, and everyone else, and everybody that's in the play, backstage and everyone. And I want to say that it's a really great community. Everybody's always taking care of everyone else. And it's a really great place for you guys to get to know one another and become more stronger in what you guys want to do. So, yeah, I don't really know what else to say, so love you guys, bye!
Thank you so much. Hey guys, my name is Kira Beeman. I played Mrs. Corey. I can say that play has been one of the best high school experiences, and I've been doing this for 3 years. When I started off, I did stage crew. I did curtains with Crystal. Apparently, I deserted because I wanted to come in front of the curtains. And yeah, I can say it's like a bittersweet moment because I do love all you guys. And the bitter part is that, you know, I'm gonna miss everyone, and then it's my last year. The sweet part is that I can go home on time and take a nap. And yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for coming.
Hi, my name is Jeremy Tolentino. This is my first and last year working on this episode. Since I haven't been working, much on this, I just want to say that I can truly see that all of you truly do work as one. The actors work great on what they do. Music crew, you did amazing. The advisors here, especially Ms. A over here, they truly motioned us into what we want to do for the play. But most importantly, I want to thank all of you guys for coming out here and watching what we've done. What do you think of it so far, huh? It was great, huh? And you know what, for once in my life, I never thought I'd say this, but I'm truly gonna miss this feeling, and I'm truly gonna miss all of you guys. Thank you.
Hey guys, Mohammed Ahmed. What's up? So, like Jeremy, we're set design. This is my first and last year, but I've loved the experience so far. I loved working with these people. I worked with Dr. J in the past. I love Miss A over here. Best advisor, I'm telling you. I've actually worked with Miss Scott. She was my history of pop art music teacher. Miss McKeever was my homeroom teacher sophomore year. Mr. Cabrera, I've seen running of the halls. I'm the photographer, always in his way. Mr. B's always yelling at me because I'm in his way as well. I'm telling you, I know everyone. I've got great experiences with these people. 3 A's, keep to them. The freshmen over there, keep going. You love this. I know I love this. I'm gonna miss all of you. I've never known that I'd be emotional, but I'm emotional right now. So, I'm just saying, I love you guys.
Hi, my name is David Desai. Hey, Kyle. What's up? So, this is my 4th year doing stage crew, and I'd just like to say thank you for coming out, and I will also pretty much just unanimous between all the seniors and everyone who's been involved. Thank you so much for making the past, years of doing this just make it, so worth it.
Hi guys, my name's Jay. I love you all, you guys. You guys did an amazing performance. For being my first and last years like those guys. I love being here. The performance is great. Everybody's fun to, it's fun being here. Doing my first year with Mr. B. It's fun being yelled at a lot. I love the critical criticism. I like being here. Thanks for letting me be part of this family. And
Hi, my name is Nahi, and I've been doing lights for the past 4 years. It feels really weird being in front. It feels really weird being in front of the spotlight instead of being behind it. I'd like to thank everyone involved in the play, especially my lighting girls. Hi, and Mr. B. During play, it's been such a fun experience, and I'm really going to miss doing it.
Hi guys, I'm Melissa, and I have been doing backstage for the play since sophomore year. And this year I was actually able to be the backstage manager. And I'm honestly gonna miss everyone. I'm gonna miss the stress of doing this and moving the props and the set, making sure everything's in check and in place, making sure everyone in backstage is doing what they're supposed to be doing. And I'm just gonna miss all of this, and I love all of you guys with the bottom of my heart. I'm gonna miss you guys.
Hi, my name is Mahek, and I've been doing the play since sophomore year, so it's my 3rd year. And I just want to say thank you to all the advisors, because I never in a million years did I think I would be out on stage, because I'm really nervous. But they pushed me to do it, and I'm so thankful for that. Especially Ms. Scott, I've known her since 7th grade, and she's just pushed me to be better vocally and just an overall better person, so thank you.
Hey everyone, I'm back. So my name's Dev, and I'm the student director. I'm the sound guy. I've helped everyone out. Sound God. Yeah, that's me. I just want to thank all of these people, you guys, the pit band, lights, my sound men in the back, all of our advisors for making this happen, because without them, we wouldn't be a family. That's all I have to say.
We would like to thank you for, I know most of you are parents or guardians, and for producing these wonderful children. They are absolutely fabulous. We have had such a great time working with them. I'm standing up here bawling like a baby because I'm going to miss them so much. They've been very special. This is one of the hardest shows, most difficult I think we've ever done. And they pulled this off. They are amazing professional students. I'd like to also, they've been thanking their advisors. I want to thank them for, my colleagues for being so fabulous. What a great team. Ms. McKeever, would you step out? Our choreographer, would you step out? Okay. Ms. Scott, our vocal director. Mrs. Acuna, Francisca, she's our set design. Okay. Mr. Cabrera, as you know, is our pit band. Mr. B, you all know Mr. B. Mr. Call isn't with us today, but his sets were absolutely fabulous that he worked with the students. And the students, they did such a great job. Just like, I hope there's anyone that I forgot. Jen Tominski came in and helped us, so did Ms. Verrilli. It's a team effort. And no one could do this alone. And thank God I'm working with such dedicated and professional colleagues that know it's all about our students. It's all about the cast. It's all about them. Thank you so much for sharing your day with us and coming in to see us. Thank you. Dev, I have to thank this young man. He kept us going. Dev does everything. He did sets, created sets, helped hang the scrim up there so that we could project. He did our sound. He did painting of the sets also, not only construction, but painting. I think he probably had something to do with the lights. There isn't anything he can't do. And I'm going to keep him here and not let him graduate. Thank you, sir.
If you see me on the way out, there's a little piece of tape on me, and it says, "I'll be back the next 4 years." Thank you for coming out.